Hey guys, what is going on? Dylan here. So a little bit of an update in the world of Bungie regarding the layoffs, regarding the delay for Final Shape. Unfortunately, it is not coming to us through Bungie, but in the form of an article through Bloomberg.com. I've already read through this article a couple of times, so what I'm going to do is just throw up some of the key points on the screen here, talk about it, go over it, give you my opinion, and I want to use this video as kind of an open forum. So please, if you have any questions, if you have any concerns, if you have any comments, leave it in the comments below, and I will be responding to people all day today. So leave your comments there. So here's the first thing. So just 2 weeks ago, executives at the Sony-owned game developer told employees that revenue was running 45% below projections for the year. Now, if you're looking at this from a business perspective, 45% is quite a bit. So Sony had their projections and Bungie was coming in way below their projections, which is kind of crazy to me because I feel like, I don't know, what are they projecting? Because I feel like Destiny does really well, or Bungie, I should say, does really well. I don't know. This is the part that makes me laugh a little bit. Chief Executive Officer Pete Parsons pinned the big miss on weak player retention for Destiny 2, which has faced a poor reception since the release of its latest expansion, Lightfall. Right. So, Destiny burnout is a real thing. Everybody goes through it because of the way that they have their seasons structured. They give you a lot right at the beginning of the season. You play the crap out of it because it's a new season, and then they give you little tiny updates throughout the season. I don't know. I'm not the game developer. I don't know how you fix the issue. I really don't. But that's why. Because it's not because your expansions suck, which I get it. Lightfall was a weaker expansion. But that's not the reason for the player retention. It's not. I don't know. I wish I had the answers. I wish I knew what you need to do, but it's the way your seasons are structured. Now, maybe with this whole episodic thing, that could change things. I don't know. The next expansion, The Final Shape, was getting good, not great feedback, and management told those present that they plan to push back the release to June 2024 from February. The additional time would give developers a chance to improve the product. This is great. So if you took away the layoffs, and this was just what the article said, that's great. I love that because they tested it, they did reviews, and they were not satisfied with their product, so they're pushing it back by 4 months to give us a polished product that they're proud of. All gamers should be happy with that. Yes, it sucks that it's getting delayed, but all of us should be happy with that. Now, the only thing that I'm a little concerned about is we have a 7-month season coming up, which we've done this before. We've gone through it before, but maybe we could get some sort of 30th anniversary-esque thing in the middle there. Just some extra little something to give us some more content. Maybe. And that might happen. It's possible. But 7 months is a long time to go. And if they're so worried about player retention, you can't give us a 7-month season and then also complain about player retention. So then this is now to the layoffs. In the meantime, Parsons told staff Bungie would be cutting costs such as for travel, as well as implementing salary and hiring freezes. Everyone would have to work together to weather the storm, leaving employees feeling determined to do whatever was needed to get revenue back up. Which makes sense. Hey, guys, we're not hitting our numbers, so we're going to have to cut back a little bit. That makes sense. That makes 100% sense in the business world. Now, this next part, something changed. I don't know if Bungie and Sony had a meeting and Sony said, hey, listen, this is what you got to do. I don't know what happened, but something from this paragraph changed to this next paragraph. Listen to this. But on Monday morning, the news got worse. Dozens of staffers woke up to mysterious 15-minute meetings that had been placed on their calendars, which they soon learned were part of a mass layoff. Bungie laid off around 8% of its employees, according to the documentation reviewed by Bloomberg, and Bungie didn't respond to requests for comment. Something changed because they went from, hey, guys, like, we got this. The first paragraph seems uplifting. We're going to have to cut back on some things. Let's get those numbers back up there. And then all of a sudden it went, oh, by the way, 8% of you are gone. Something changed in there. And Bungie not responding to that is bad. That's not great. Moving on. Employees who were let go will receive a 3-month or at least 3 months of severance and 3 months of Bungie paid Cobra health insurance, although other benefits such as expense reimbursements ended Monday, sending some staff racing to submit their receipts. Now, I don't know if this is like a monthly thing for the reimbursements, but severance package, okay. I don't know if that's determined by the length of time that you've worked for the company. It makes it a little better, but it's still not great. Still not great. The layoffs are part of a large money-saving initiative at Sony's PlayStation unit, which has also cut employees at studios such as Naughty Dog, Media Molecule, and its San Mateo office. This looks to me like greed. You're telling me that you need to cut a bunch of employees at Bungie because you guys aren't meeting your numbers when Bungie makes $500 million a year? And again, this sounds like a Sony problem. It doesn't sound like a Bungie problem. I don't know, though. I mean, this is why I want to talk to you guys about it and see what you think. This sounds very, very much like a Sony thing. And the reason I say that is highlighted by this next part. Listen, TD Cowen analyst Doug Kreutz wrote in a report Monday that events over the last few days led us to believe that PlayStation is undergoing a restructuring. PlayStation president Jim Ryan announced last month that he plans to resign. Many of the layoffs at Bungie affected the company's support departments, such as community management and publishing. Remaining Bungie staff were informed that some of those areas will be outsourced moving forward. I am terrified of that last sentence. Anytime that something's outsourced, I'm terrified by that. What parts are going to be outsourced? Community management's going to be outsourced is a terrifying precedent. And then, yeah, and again, Sony is going through these issues. It's Sony that's having these issues. They're going through restructuring. You got your president that's resigning. Bungie made a huge mistake signing with Sony because it sounds like they're the ones with all these issues and they're dragging down Bungie with them. But what do you guys think? Am I wrong for thinking that way? Because from this article until Bungie makes comment, this is what I'm going off of. This sounds like a Sony problem. And if there were no layoffs, and I think everybody can agree with me, if there were no layoffs and it was just the final shape being delayed until 2020 in June 2024, I think we'd all be like, fine, cool. Let's get the product perfected. It would suck because we'd have a 7-month season and we'd be waiting for this great expansion that I'm hoping is going to be great. But then also, I just think Bungie made the wrong move here with the 8% cut. Something happens that forced them to have to cut 8%. And that's what I really truly believe is they didn't want to cut 8%. They had to cut 8%. That's what I really, really think. And I really think that came from Sony forcing Bungie to cut 8%. Time will tell, I'm sure. I'm hoping. But that's my rant over. Let me know what you guys think. I'm really interested to hear your guys' comments on this. Now, I'm seeing on Twitter as well, we're starting to get in fights over this. Like, let's all be nice to each other. This is we're all fans of the game, you know, very big fans of Bungie, big fans of Destiny, or at least at one point we were. And, you know, let's not attack each other, right? So that's my little PSA is like, let's be on the same side here. Let's stop attacking each other. We don't know what's going on. We are so out of the loop. You have no idea. All we can do is speculate. Nothing is fact right now. So we shouldn't be attacking other people for having an opinion. So anyways, guys, let me know what y'all think. That's all I got for y'all. And I will talk to y'all later. Love y'all. Have a good one.